All right, guys, good morning and welcome to another episode of the Limitless Mindset Podcast. I got a message for you guys today, but I'm going to try to make it pretty quick and efficient for you guys today to get your week started off. So I want to start this thing off with a little story for you. When I first got into real estate, I went and found the cheapest place I could possibly find. You know, to be honest with you, I didn't understand the value of a good mentor. I didn't understand the value of a good coach. What I was looking for, honestly, was, hey, I got my license. I'm just going to figure this out. That's my personality type. I'm the type of guy that just does tons of research. You know, I'm extremely resilient when there's something that I want to learn. There's something that I want to know. I just go all in on it. So, you know, I just figured when I got into this business, it was going to be something that I could figure out on my own. I didn't need a whole lot of help. It's so I thought, you know. And so when I got into it, I found, you know, super cheap broker, very low overhead, you know, very low oversight per se. Ran the brokerage out of his house, and if I needed something, he'd pick up and answer his call. It might not be right away, probably be a couple hours out, and but you know, that's what it was. I mean, ultimately, that's what I thought I needed when I got into the business. And so, you know, I want to share this with you guys because he was great at what he did. He was absolutely amazing. If I had any, you know, questions per se, you know, I would always get them answered. He answered pretty quickly. But the downside of that is, guys, is I didn't realize now in hindsight from where I'm at today, and after now being fully immersed in the business and knowing all the things that I know, I didn't understand how much of an actual disadvantage I was when it came to truly scaling up and getting to where it is I want to go. Now, with that being said, that's no fault of his own. He ran a business that was very much around, you know, flat fee, no office, no overhead. It was more of just a place like, hey, if you're an agent and you want to hang your license, go ahead and hang it here. I'm cheap and I'm not going to tell you what to do. And it's kind of just for you. And, you know, to be honest with you, I think he had 40, 50 people there. And out of those 40 or 50 people, there was probably only like 5 of us that were really pushing to do volume, right? That was his business model. You guys have probably seen that with other brokerages. They got this massive amount of people, but out of that massive amount of people that they really have, they've only got maybe 5 or 10% of them that are truly treating their real estate business like a legitimate business. So, you know, I share this with you guys because for my first year or two, I did okay. I did pretty good. I learned, you know, I'm good at marketing. I kind of fumbled my way through things and did all right. About year number 3, though, I noticed that some of the guys that had started around the same time that I did really started to take off. And I'm like, man, what are they doing that's different than I am? You know, like they're just doing all these different things. And, you know, by year 3, I kind of finally pulled my head out of the sand and reached out to one of my buddies. And I was like, hey, you know, man, we started around the same time. Like, I need some help. What's the next step? Like, I'm out of hours in the day. I'm doing as much as I possibly can on my own. And he's like, dude, start a team. Like, get this up and going, you know. And so at that point, I did have a buyer's agent, but he's the one that really helped mold my whole team. And let me tell you guys, it just that year 3, my business doubled. Boom, took off. I had a lot more people to help me out with, you know, growing my business. I was able to coach them and help grow their business. It was a win-win situation. And year over year for the next couple of years, again, income had doubled, production, everything had doubled because I was able to learn new things that I was not learning from my current broker at the time when I had started getting into that, right? So fast forward again, another 2 years, stay kind of stagnant. I do my thing. I run just a team for a couple of years. We do okay. Our results are there. But, you know, I stopped growing. I stopped learning basically. And so again, you know, the next step was okay, cool. What's the next phase in this for me? And I reached out to another friend of mine and said, hey, man, can you teach me on, you know, coaching on starting a brokerage? This is what I want to do. And a lot of people told me not to do it. It's a lot of work. It's not worth it. But it was something that I really wanted to do. And so I reached out to him and said, hey, man, teach me how to do this. And, you know, I had to pay for some mentorship and some coaching. And they did. And they taught me. And guess what? I got up off the ground and scaled out. And then, you know, as that progressed, basically, I got that up and rolling and, saw a couple other avenues of opportunity. So again, you know, you guys are starting to see the trend. I reached out to some of my friends that were absolutely dominating it, you know, and again, I kind of keep pace with some of these guys that started around the same time as me. And I'm like, they're doing so much more, it feels like, than I am, you know, or they're progressing, or they got their hands in different variations of business and real estate. And the point I make to you guys is I see a lot of you guys right now struggling to just reach out to people and ask for help and ask for coaching and ask for mentorship. And you don't want to invest in coaching. You don't want to invest in mentorship. And you just kind of want to, you know, figure it out on your own. Another trend I see that is crazy, apparent in this business is you get a lot of, agents that are kind of going, I'm at this brokerage. And then 6 months later, I'm at this brokerage. And then 6 months later, I'm at this brokerage. Now, We call them brokerage hoppers is what it is. But the problem is because they think that, the next brokerage is going to offer the next solution. And guys, that may be true. Don't get me wrong. There are some brokerages that do have a ton more resources and benefits and things like that. But I can tell you guys firsthand, what's really going to make the difference for you guys is whether you park yourself on a brokerage team, you need somebody that is extremely hands-on with you. You need somebody that is extremely versatile. And lastly, but most importantly, you guys need to be on a team or within a brokerage that is actually doing what it is that you guys want to do. How else are you going to learn? This, to me, has been the biggest fast track in my career, was reaching out to people that were doing what it is I wanted to do and paying them for mentorship or coaching to fast forward me, right? I'm paying to put myself into rooms that can basically give me the knowledge right now, right in front of me, right? I'm paying to sit at dinner tables with people that can give me the blueprint to what it is that they want to do. For me, for example, I've done, I've been doing this almost 8 years now in the business. I've made it to the top 1% of real estate professionals, which is cool. I ran a top producing team, which is cool. I started my own brokerage, which is cool, and I own a bunch of other little side businesses involved around real estate, off market, investing, all these things I had to learn in 8 years being in this business. And I also had to spend a lot of time and a lot of money to learn what it is that I wanted to learn. So don't you think that anybody that comes and works with me in my brokerage per se, if they're like, hey, Blake, I want to learn how to start a team. I want to learn how to scale up. Can you teach me? Well, here you go. Here's the whole blueprint, right? How much faster would that person scale up by me transferring my knowledge over to that person so that they can immediately put it into action and get what they want to get out of it, rather than them trying to figure it out on their own over the 3, 4, 5 years, right? Am my splits right, or my commission based the right? Is it, am I tracking the right things? Am I holding my team accountable? Do I understand what hot buttons to push? What's expectations? What should I hold people accountable to? Right? These are all questions you're going to have when you try to figure this thing out that you may not know. And guess what? Just going right to somebody that is doing exactly what it is that you want to do is going to get you there so much friggin' faster. And for some reason, guys, nobody really wants to do that these days. The beautiful thing about this business is there's so many opportunities. And, the other thing, guys, is this doesn't translate to just real estate. This could be if you're in lending. This could be if you're in title. This could be if you guys own a lawn care business. This could be if you guys own a construction business. There are people out there right now that are absolutely dominating it in the market space that you're in right now, or in the spaces that you guys want to be in right now, that are absolutely crushing it, right? Imagine if you guys just went to them and you said, hey, I want to pay you. Can I pay you for your time? Can I pay you for the knowledge? Can I pay you to get in the same room with you and sit down? And can you give me the blueprint? Can you give me everything that you've learned, right? Tell me what to do and tell me what not to do based off of your lessons and your mistakes. Can you just fast track me there? I understand that if I do this on my own, it might take me 3 or 4 years, but I'm willing to pay you to get myself there in 6 months. Guys, do you see how freaking valuable that is? Learn from me, because I did not understand this when I first got into this business. I just one of those guys. I'll figure it out. I cannot tell you guys the amount of DMs that I get, when I post up some of our stats, right? Oh, boom, check this out. Just generated 700-800 leads this month. And I'll get all the DMs, right? How do you do it? What are you guys doing? Well, I'll tell you what, I got a coaching program. I'm happy to show you, because it's 2 things. Number one, guys. Number one is that it's really hard for me to type up an entire blueprint in a DM message. I'm just going to be completely transparent. For those of you guys that have messaged me for a question, in most cases, I'm going to shoot you my number and just say, hey, give me a call. Let's have a quick conversation. I don't have time to sit down and type out a 30-minute response to you, just out of respect for my own personal time. Number 2, guys, how much would I be devaluing myself, number one, if I was willing to pay all that money to learn all these things, and I was willing to pay the price when it comes to time, if I was willing to trade my time to learn all these things, and now I have accumulated all of it, I'm out there winning, I'm killing it. I got agents that are actually in my brokerage right now paying for this kind of mentorship. That's why they're here, because they want to learn these things. And you want to hit me up and just say, hey, give me it for free. Give me the blueprint for free. And guys, you understand it just doesn't work that way. And in my opinion, it's kind of insulting if you guys are out there doing that to anybody in any industry, right? You guys have to value people's time. You guys have to value their knowledge. People have no problem going out there and spending $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 on a college degree that takes 4 years to learn some fundamental things. However, when it comes to actually looking at somebody and saying, man, that guy or that girl is out there just dominating. I want my business to look just like theirs. Can I just go to you and are you willing to coach me? Are you willing to pay me for this? Can you fast track me to get there? Yeah, sounds good. Here's what I charge and I'll teach you everything, which, guys, in all honesty, it's not a lot of money. I created a couple courses and, I've got those and I tell people like, hey, here, you want to learn how to start a full scale team? I've got a whole, 10 seminar, basically coaching program that's all laid out pretty much. It has all the courses, it's got the videos, it's got everything you need to know about starting a team from your first hire to the accountability to everything. Here's the cost. And I get so many people who just cry about it. It's like, do you realize if you got one deal, like probably pay half of that, right? So you're going to tell me that you have the expectation that everything that you've just learned from everything that I've taken, put down in writing, in videos, created all the content, created the takeaways, created all the charts, created all the trackers. I put everything in a nice box with a bow on it for you and said, here you go implement it. You're going to tell me that you think that that's too much money to spend on something when in reality that is going to triple or quadruple your income and scale your business. See, this is where you guys are thinking about these wrong with going in and paying some of these coaches and mentors. And I can tell you guys, even me today at this level, I'm still out there paying coaches. I'm still out there paying mentors because again, guys, if I'm trying to get really good at something, why do I want to take a year, 2 years, 3 years to just figure it out, make a ton of friggin' mistakes? I mean, can I do that? Absolutely. Do some people do that? Sure. But why would I do that when I can go to somebody and just say, hey, you're killing it, man. You've already paid your dues. You figured it out. How much is it going to cost me to get that knowledge transfer from you? What can I do to add value to you? What can I bring to the table that's going to be worth it for you? Whether that's monetary, whether that's my time, maybe I'm trading them knowledge and information that I know, it could be a variation of things. But what can I bring to you that you're going to bring back to me and we can add value to each other? And again, guys, sometimes that's monetary. Sometimes they might just say, hey, here's what I charge to be coached or to coach people. Here's my price. If you pay it, I'm happy to show you everything you need to know. And guess what, guys? I can't tell you how fast I'm willing to whip out my checkbook to pay somebody like that that's willing to help me because, guys, my income has doubled and quadrupled from the knowledge that I have gotten from other people. Now, with that being said, I want to add on the second piece of this, and that is that you guys have to do the damn work too. That's another problem I see right now that, I on the flip side of this, right? This is the opposite side of the coin, right? When you're going to learn something, it's 50-50. You get the knowledge and you can get that from somebody. You can get that from some school, some course, whatever. That's the half. The other half of this equation, though, is that you have to actually do something with this knowledge. You have to put this knowledge into action for it to work. All of that knowledge that you're consuming, all of the things you're learning, all the things that these mentors or team leads or brokerage owners are coaching you guys on, or, if it's another business owner, right? Maybe you're in the turf business. Maybe you're in the driveway and concrete business. Maybe you're in the pool business and you guys are reaching out to some of these, top producing or high income earning people that are just dominating in the space and you're paying them, you're saying, coach me, and they teach you. And then you do nothing with that. That's also your guys' fault. You have to take this information and you have to put it into play. Otherwise it's going to do absolutely nothing for you. We've all seen those people again, right? I'm going to mention them, the brokerage hoppers, for example, in my career. They're in my line of business, basically. They go from brokerage to brokerage to brokerage to brokerage. Well, I'm not succeeding here. I'm going to go over here. Oh, no, I'm not succeeding over here. Well, I'm going to go over here. No, it has nothing to do with that because I guarantee you if you go to 2 or 3 different brokerages and you're not losing, it's because you're not putting in the damn work. I can see it. Everybody else can see it. You go to this new brokerage, you're all excited, and then guess what? You still don't win because you think it's some key piece of knowledge that you're missing, when in reality, it's just you're not putting in the friggin' work. You can go wherever you want. You can go pay for any coaching. You can pay for any class. You can pay for any course. But guess what, guys? If you're not willing to implement it, if you're not willing to put into action the things that you are learning, guys, you're not going to win. It's not going to do you any good. You're wasting your time. You're wasting the coach's time. You're wasting the mentor's time. And it's always interesting because this is something that I've personally struggled with. I love helping people. Those of you guys that know me personally, especially those that are like really close to my circle, if they call me, I'm going to pick up the phone. And guys, this is a downfall to me because my personal time always gets neglected in some ways because I spend so much of it giving to other people. But I'll spend 30 minutes, 40, an hour, 2 hours sometimes on the phone with people asking me for help because I just love helping people. I can't tell you what pisses me off more than people taking my time, me helping them, right? Like, hey, Blake, I need some help. What piece of advice can you offer me, right? And I go to help them, and then they do nothing with it, right? I mean, I spend an hour, 2 hours with these people, coaching them, spending time with them. Even people that have been on my team in the past, like they've come and they're going to sit there and I'm going to coach you guys. Like, you see me, I'm in the friggin' trenches every day, putting in the friggin' work consistently. You see my results, you see my numbers, you see that I'm not just claiming, like, I'm actually out there killing it. I'm out there winning. I'm out there networking with high income producers that are teaching me that I can then pass down to you. And guess what? They don't do anything with that. They only work, well, I'm going to put in a little bit of work here today and a little bit of work. And I think today I'm going to go out and do this. And, they don't win. And then they cry that they're not winning. And guys, like, you have to understand, like, if you want to win in life, I'm going to give you the two things that are going to take you to the friggin' top, guys. Number one is you need the right knowledge. The way that you can get the right knowledge, like we talked about, go find people in your industry that are absolutely dominating and ask them to coach you. Ask them to pay you. Ask them to give you the recipe to success, and don't question their price. Now, again, there's probably some people out there that, are not really killing it. So you're going to have to do your due diligence. You're going to need to make sure that you're picking the right people. You're going to need to make sure that you guys are picking somebody to coach you that works well with your personality type. Again, if you are trying to go find somebody that just doesn't have the same personality, usually they don't learn the same way as you do, and you're trying to pay them to coach, the knowledge transfer may not happen as seamlessly as you want it to. But ultimately, guys, you go out and you find the knowledge. It's your responsibility. And guess what? There are so many people that have it. You just got to go out and find them. So number one, again, like I mentioned, go out, find the knowledge, find the people in your space, in your industry that are doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Ask them, what's it going to take for you to coach me? How much is it going to cost me? What can I bring of value to you? What can I come work for you? Maybe I come work for you for free. I mean, who knows, guys? There's so many different ways that you can add value to somebody that has knowledge. And then step number two, guys, put it into action. Don't just do nothing with the information you're going to get. If you guys pay for a course, guys, go put that to work. Go try it out. Go stay consistent with it. If you hop on somebody's team and you're getting coached by them, put into action the things that they're telling you, right? Give it your all effort. You can't not put in the effort and then say, oh, my coach failed me. Oh, they didn't teach me. Oh, it's not working. Guys, it's not like you go pay the coach and they do the work for you and they do everything and you just sit back and, collect the check. Guys, it doesn't friggin' work that way. I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this, to be honest with you, but there are a ton of people out there that I see on the friggin' daily that do this. They just don't put in the damn work. So that's the second part, guys. Find the knowledge and put in the work. Those are the two things that you guys can do right now that are going to take you to the friggin' top, and you guys just have to stay consistent with it, right? So hopefully this brings some value to you guys. Again, guys, this was something that was just a game changer for me. So I wanted to share it with you guys because, again, even at this point in my career, if anything, I do it way more now than I did in the front half of my career. I go out and I'm willing to pay for my knowledge, guys. I mean, it's never a waste if you look at it that way. If you look at it like, oh, I just don't want to spend that money. Well, then what you're basically telling yourself is, I don't believe in myself. I don't believe that if I get this knowledge, it's going to work for me. Now, on the flip side of that, what if I told you, okay, great, you can spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever, for a course or coaching or whatever. But if you spend that $5,000, it's going to make you $200, $300, $400, $500, $1 million down the road, because once you implement it and you put it into place and you put those systems in place and you now have that knowledge, that initial investment of $5K, I mean, who else wouldn't do that, right? What if I told you guys, hey, I'll give you $5,000 and in return, you're going to get 50, 60K. Who wouldn't friggin' do that, right? You guys have to start thinking about things this way, and you have to stop looking at education into yourself as a cost, guys. It's an investment. You're investing into yourself. You are investing. You're paying some money for some knowledge to be downloaded to yourself that you can go put into action and learn something new and grow your business. You guys can learn to do new things. You guys can learn new avenues to make money. You guys can learn to scale. Guys, it's not this complicated. Don't make your business this complicated. I promise you. If you guys are out there and you look at some of the top people in your industry right now, and I mean the top, I guarantee you those people had somebody teach them. Those people had somebody coach them. Maybe they did figure some things out on their own. It's very possible. But in all honesty, guys, success leaves clues. The highest performing, the highest income earners in this world learned from somebody. They had a coach. They had some kind of education. They had something that taught them how to get there. Again, or learn the hard way. Do it the hard way. Do the long road, right? Figure it out on your own. Make a ton of mistakes, which guess what, guys? It's still going to cost you a ton of money because let's say you don't know what you don't know and you're just spending money trying all different kinds of things. Maybe you write an initial check right there on the spot and lose that money. The same? No, but a couple $100 here, $100 here. What about lost income, right? Oh, I think $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 is just too much for somebody to coach me and mentor me. What about all the money you're leaving on the friggin' table, not knowing what you don't know that you're not able to put into action quicker and scale your income up quicker? See, guys, you got to start looking at things a little bit different. You guys have to look at your business. You have to look at yourself as the core leader of your business. I mean, especially when you're, a commission-based, you're pretty much self-employed. Your income depends on your knowledge and your effort. So if you can't look at yourself and say, I'm going to invest into you, right? Think about all the top companies you guys have worked for. Maybe you guys work for a big corporation. What do those corporations do for upper management? Most likely, they sent people out to get trained, right? They said, hey, we have some new skill. I'm going to bring a trainer in to train you and coach you, right? Guys, think about it. It's a common trend if you guys are seeing this. I don't understand how we got in this place in this day and age where, we just feel like we don't want to spend any money or invest in ourselves. I do it all the time, guys. It is a game changer. I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do it next year, and I'm going to do it the year after that. And guess what? If I want to keep growing, I'm going to keep finding the people that are always a level or two levels ahead of me, and I'm going to pay them or bring value to them for them to coach me and teach me how to get to that next level. Because I don't want to be doing the same thing forever. I don't want to, in 20 or 30 years, stay stagnant all this time and stop growing and stop learning and my income stop moving, guys. The whole point of this is every year to get better, learn more, do more, invest into other businesses, other opportunities. The only way you guys are going to learn how to do this, guys, is to put yourselves in the room with other people. Figure out how to get in front of these people. Figure out how to get these people that are winning at a high level, how to teach you. That's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, try to make it a little bit quick. But the point of this, guys, is I want to add value. I want you guys to take this to heart. I want you guys to go out and take action on this. I want you guys to go out there and friggin' win. We all deserve to win. Everybody out here wants to win, guys. Go find the people that have the knowledge and put that into action. That's it, guys. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate this process. As always, guys, hopefully you guys have an amazing week lined up. I hope you guys have some cool stuff that you guys are working on, some cool projects. Get out there, guys. Crush it.